with that being said, we gave them an unbelievable birthday gift.
Yes.
And my purpose and my aim is to try to deliver the best program that we possibly can with our staff, with our players, with our administration, and with our student body and community. I think that's what allowed us to win tonight. It was a game that had remnants of March. It was a game that I thought had minimal runs, which is seen in conference tournaments. That was a conference tournament game in a conference tournament field. I thought the first half, we dug ourselves a hole. And when I say hole, we were down 3 points because we made mistakes and we gave up 5 points in the last couple seconds. And we can't put ourselves in that situation, especially with a game where you only saw a team with a 6-point lead and a team with a 4-point lead the entire way. But our guys regrouped, they challenged each other. And I'll tell you one thing, Nick Honor may not have been shooting the ball the way I know he has, but I know what has been taking place behind the scenes. And he's never stopped putting in the work. I want him to shoot more. I need him to be a little bit more selfish. I yelled, shoot it, and he shot it. So I'm glad you listened to me. I'm glad you listened to yourself. Trago Million, I can't say enough about him. He'll be on our staff one day. I'm just being honest with you. He respectfully challenged me in my office and said, Coach, I'm ready to play. I gotta listen at that point, because when you teach your players to grow up and have man-to-man conversations, it may be uncomfortable and difficult, but they have to do it. And I thought he was able to do that and to deliver 10 rebounds, 8 points, and make a significant difference in our team. He's what we've been missing, and we're happy that he's back, okay? The other thing is, I can't say it enough, but it was a team win, and I'm proud of our guys. Questions?
Nick, how did it feel?
It felt good. I mean, I'm just glad we got the 20 wins. I know that was a team goal for us. So, I mean, something I try to work on, so I'm just glad to see it finally pay off.
Nick, other than coach yelling "shoot it," I mean, was there a play design coming down, or was it kind of in your hands to make a decision?
Not really. It was kind of like a switch. I got Tolu Smith on me. He kind of backed up a little bit because they're really like a back-end team. So I just had to trust my jump shot and win, so it was good.
Nick, any hesitation when you see Tolu Smith coming at you?
Nah, not really. Just been playing basketball a long time. Seeing dudes like him, he's a great player. But nah, not really. Just whatever it took for us to win, I had to get it done today. So.
Nick, you hit a game winner a couple of years ago against Georgia Tech, and another one against Zion Williamson in high school, I believe. We've asked Dree this before, but what to you goes behind succeeding in the clutch?
I think it's those times when you're not able to hit shots that makes it that much better. Kind of like Coach Gates said, I haven't really been shooting my capability. So, I mean, it's like you said, just stand with the work, and then eventually, something will happen. So.
Dennis, you mentioned a team win. In overtime, it's Nick and it's Noah, who didn't start and hasn't been shooting great either. I mean, what's it say about just the balance you had back tonight?
Well, I thought to get him back in double digits, he hadn't been playing the best basketball that I know he's been capable of playing. And we just wanted to, in a great way, challenge him as well. And he stood up to the challenge, came out, knocked down, the jump shots that he knocked down, but he also had 2-point baskets. He's one of the top players in the conference in 2-point field goal percentage. And I just don't want him to be a one-dimensional player. I know he has the ability to play and score inside out, but also a better rebounder, and that's what he was able to do. I thought he did a great job. But my focus is this: next man up. Dre Golston didn't give us the necessary quality minutes, and Trey was able to step up. I didn't play Aiden Shaw tonight, but other guys were able to step up. Maborme Jacques was a significant piece of the puzzle tonight, and he gave us 2 extra possessions, and I thought that was crucial. It was very important. And to see the teammates cheer the way that they cheer for these guys, whenever someone steps up, make plays, that's what you need, and that's the spirit that we will continue to play with.
Trey, first off, when was that conversation with Coach that you said I'm ready to go?
2 days ago.
Day after the game.
Yep. Day after the Auburn game. It was evening.
He called the meeting. Ain't that something?
You know, eat me
How
alive.
do you call him?
It's eating me alive not to be out there that Auburn game because I just felt like that game we might have lacked some energy or spark. So it was gonna have to happen either when we got back or the next day. So we talked. I mean, it was man to man. It was no raising of the voice. Let each other talk, and I think it kind of worked out tonight as we got the win.
And was there? I mean, I know you're a high motor guy. That's kind of your mo. But was there a little extra tonight because it's been a while?
Oh yeah, it was a little bit of steam or so I had to let out just being out for that long. That was my first time missing a game after my injury in my whole college career. So I think that's what just drove me crazy, and it just built up, and I got a chance to let a little bit of it out tonight. I don't think I got it all out though.
I knew he would be ready to play when he took that step to call a meeting with his head coach, right? And we have that relationship, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of these two guys are going to be college head coaches one day. I'm dead serious. Mark my words. I know how I was as a player, and I see myself in them as it relates to the relationship that they have with their head coach. I had it with Ben Braun and our other assistant coaches, and the way that I'm able to as a player was able to connect with my teammates. I see the same in these guys. They're leader of men, and you know, I'm just thankful they decided to call Mizzou home without a doubt. And you know, I can't say it enough. It was a March feeling here in Mizzou Arena, and to get another quad one win against one of the tough defensive teams in the conference is remarkable. But again, I credit Chris Jans, his program. But I also challenge each and every last one of us to really figure out what does that really mean about us. It means something. We have something special in Mizzou Arena that I hope we can continue to build on. I think when it comes down to our community, when it comes down to our students, I'll put them up against any in the country. When it comes to our supporters, I'll put them up against any in the country. When it comes to tradition, I'll put it up against any in the country. And that's what allowed us to win. I really believe it.
Trey, as a teammate, what was it like to see, Nick hit that shot? I saw you guys obviously coming all at him on the board after the game.
It was great to see, man. It's just knowing the amount of 20-minute hits he does with CY and the amount of shooting. I know how much he can shoot for real. I've seen the man go through a workout and probably miss maybe 5 shots the whole workout. Just seeing him, needed that spark. He hasn't been playing to where his standards are this year or this season, but to see that, it was just really good. I'm so glad he hit it, man. If I could hit it or he could hit it, I would for sure tell him to hit it because he hit it, he shoot better, he knocked it down, we won. So big shot, man.
Thanks. Would you make it on those performances man his first start?
Mohammed. He wants to be called Mohammed. That's his name. So we got to stop calling him Mo. Sorry about that, but we'll correct what we need to correct. But Mohammed did a good job, and I told him 2 days ago that he was going to start. He tried to hold his smile in. I consistently asked him, did he talk to his mom, who stays up late over in France to watch him play? And then I asked him again today. I said, do your mom know? You need to be telling your mom that you started, man. I think he earned that. And I think you guys would say the same with what he's been doing. But transitions happen for different people at different times. And ultimately, his transition has allowed him to work, get involved in the process, fall in love with it, do the necessary things he has to do on and off the court, and then deliver on the consistency that we've asked of him. So I'm proud of him, and he definitely made a difference in addition to Mabor Majok.
Coach Shelly Smith made a slightly less impact in this game than the previous matchup. What kind of changed in this time around?
So Smith played his ass off, excuse my French, and he'll continue to do that. He's one of the top post players in our conference, but also the country. He doesn't get credit for how he plays because he's great at positioning. He's great at several things. And if you look across the country, there's no post player that embraces being back to the basket the way that he does. He embraces that, and he plays a certain way. But our guys were able to just throw different bodies at him, whether it was guards switching in front of the post, trying to take his knees out, right? But also you have Mabor Majok with his length, Mohammed with his length, Kobe and Noah with their physicality and also their strength. We were able to throw different looks, and he never got comfortable with just one person guarding him. And I thought their team did a good job trying to post feed, but we had some pretty good perimeter defense. and to hold that team down to, I want to say 25% in the second half shooting, that's awesome.
Coach, in terms of the rebounding battle, seems you guys like battle in the first offensive possession. I believe you guys had 3 to 4 offensive rebounds. So especially after what happened on Saturday, was that kind of like a big focus you guys had a key on?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. We tried to pad that stat because I knew ultimately, no, I'm just joking. But the pursuit of the ball, I thought our guys never got discouraged about missing. With those offensive rebounds, meaning we started the game 0 for something, right? So we didn't get discouraged with that, and I thought we still came out with a philosophy and a focus. We only had 11 offensive rebounds to their 13. They had 12 second chance points to our 9. But again, to have a positive assist to turnover ratio, 11 steals, it was a great overtime victory.
Nick, that alley-oop to Kobe in the second half, it seemed kind of like the turning point of the game. What do you remember about that play, and what do you think changed after that for you guys?
I believe Trey got the ball in transition. He passed it to me. We got pretty good chemistry. So that was kind of like a regular routine practice break. Me and Kobe had been laughing at each other about finally getting like some type of love together. It might not have been the prettiest pass. I thought I overthrew it, but he did a good job of catching it. And anytime we can run, as you guys can see, that's our strength. So as many times as we can do that, we'll be successful.
Dennis, you guys didn't get to that 70-point mark. That's kind of been the sign you'll win usually tonight. How big is it as we get to the postseason, end of the season, to be able to win a game where there's not as many like offensive fireworks?
You have to do what it takes. You can't live in the large sample size of the highlights all the time. I thought we had some highlights, and those highlights was met with some perseverance and some toughness that I thought our crowd responded to when we were able to gather ourselves and get the lead. We were down about 4 points. We were able to get the lead. We were able to now, instead of playing a game where we had a 1-minute lead and the other opponent last game, Texas A&M, played 30 plus minutes, 38 minutes with the lead. We were able to balance that out, and to have a ratio of 16-minute lead, I thought that helped, and especially later in the game. So to say the least, I'm pleased with what we did, and not focus on just points, but to focus on stops, focus on whatever it took. And I thought we had a gutsy performance, very emotional response to our 2-game losing streak.
Nick, how would you describe what Trey brings to your team, not just tonight, but day to day?
Can't really put a word on it. He's just a valuable player. Probably the most valuable player we have. He's a glue guy. He just does everything nobody else wants to do. It may not show up in the stat sheet every time. It did tonight, obviously, but he just brings a lot of energy, a lot of leadership. He's a veteran guy, and one of the best teammates I've ever had. So I don't think he gets enough credit, but I mean, you guys see, if you really watch the game, you can see the impact he makes.
If I had to, let me say something real quick about Trey. If I had to, kind of gaze into the future, him being a head coach, he'll probably lead the country in technical fouls. He'll probably be very impatient. And it sounds like how I was as a player. That's how I was. I had to learn the docile sideline version of me now is what I've learned, how I've learned to manage, whether it's emotions and passion for every play. I've had to learn that and evolve. He'll evolve, but we don't need him to evolve anytime soon. He plays with a lot of passion, and that passion can be seen. It can be literally seen every step that he takes on that court. I have to continue to challenge him because he gets impatient sometimes, because he wants instant results. But it's gonna take somebody to appreciate what he does to understand that he'll have, before he coaches, a pro career. He'll have a pro career. It's gonna take somebody to believe in him that he can make that impact regardless of the level, and I truly believe he can.
Last question?
Dennis, looking at the last couple minutes of regulation, do you think the team should have had it won at that point?
So what we wanted to do, and I'll give you guys this, I thought we were gonna foul up 2. We wanted the last possession. And I told Kobe to make sure he fouled Tolu in that situation so we can come down and do what we needed to do, is just playing the analytics. And sometimes you have to play analytics. I did not want them to have the last possession. I wanted us to have it. So that foul was pretty much on time. They got deep post position. I said, Kobe, make sure you foul him. We could have easily just let him go, but that was by design, okay? Now, once you play analytics, you have to understand, you have to execute. I thought we had some looks, the ball went out of bounds. Once that ball went out of bounds and Kobe hurts, I thought, and I challenged him, you cannot come over to the sideline, put your head down, okay? He was disappointed that he missed that baseline out of bounds layup. We gave them a different look. We knew that we had to extend them, offset their shell, so we put everybody on the far right wing, and that allowed a corner catch, that allowed an underneath basket, and we shifted them in an alignment that they've never seen. Kobe missed a layup, but how our players responded when he was down and out, he put both elbows on his knees and literally his head was down. That's discouragement, right? That's a guy that wants to win so bad that, you know, it hurts. But the way these guys responded, top to bottom, they lifted his spirits, and we were able to then get out of that overtime and respond in a certain way.
All right, thanks, guys.